We're thrilled that you're here, that you're making a positive difference in the world for the young people, and I think it's appropriate that you're here to do it at the NASDAQ, given that we do have at very heart similar missions. So Benjamin Quinto, why don't you join me here at the podium and make a few words. Benjamin Quinto from the Global Youth Action Network.
It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you for having us. 10 years ago, I started a project hoping to give young people a voice in shaping the future. It called for a permanent United Nations Youth Assembly. But over the course of the following 3 years, I recognized that there was already a movement of my peers out there trying to be heard and trying to make a difference. And so in 1999, we launched the Global Youth Action Network with the hopes of helping young people work together to solve the world's problems. Our three-part mission is centered on helping young people participate in global decision-making and helping build intergenerational partnerships. We also are here to incubate global partnerships and support collaboration among these organizations. And finally, we're trying to create support and recognition for those young people who are already out there trying to create this change, because we know that together we can. The truth is that there are critical issues facing the planet today. Critical issues which affect young people, perhaps more than any other population in the world. We, young people, under the age of 30, represent half the world's population, but we are those least represented in efforts to address these critical issues. So young people have a right to participate, and we know that. And so a lot of our work is focused on creating avenues and channels for their voices to be heard at places like the United Nations and other international agencies. We also know that there are more of us out there trying to create these social changes than ever before in history. There's a massive potential, but this movement is still fragmented. So we've been working with groups like takingitglobal.org to build support and a community online of young activists, organizers, and volunteers, and to change the perception of young people in the media by working with Chat the Planet Television, which gives young people a real, unfettered voice in mainstream media. So we believe that together we can change the world, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to be here. And I want to thank our board members, our staff, our volunteers, all the incredible people who help us make this work possible. Thank you.
Well, Benjamin, on behalf of the NASDAQ stock market, I'd like to present to you the NASDAQ Crystal, commemorating the market close today. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Disappointing week and a tough week. Next week, consumer price index will be the main number, as well as the producer price index. That'll be out on Tuesday. We'll have an ethanol IPO to talk about as well. That's the closing bell here, where the first blind man to ever scale Mount Everest is ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. The closing bell is next with Maria Bartiromo.
Again, as the Dow has its worst week in a year, inflation concerns signal rates are headed higher, making for a chilly investment environment. The closing bells ring on this Friday, June 9th, 2006.